Hey Capricorn, this is your April 2023 general tarot reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorn signs. If you're Vedic, if you're Western, I hope it applies to as many people as possible. I've done all that jazz, and let's get going here. So, at the start, ooh, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So, at the center of your reading, there's something serendipitous about to happen. You might be noticing strange things, signs, like someone's there communicating with you from the other side. There's something about patterns and cycles. The Tower is typically feared among people who really don't understand what the energy is about. It can be about catastrophe, and it can be about natural disaster, just havoc and some kind of cataclysmic event that shatters your world as you know it. But sometimes those cataclysmic events shatter your world as you know it for the better. So it can't always be read in a negative light. And I don't really see it as a negative thing right now. I do have one card that might be troubling in all of these cards here, other than the Tower. So it could be about something to do with some sort of market crash or something. It could have to do with something, because they're both the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, they're about timing. Tower is sudden, right? You don't know, it's unpredictable. And there's this timing, divine timing that comes in. So there's almost like something that happens that changes your world instantly, and it was in divine order for it to happen. I gotta say, I think it's more of a rags to riches in some sort of way. It could be about many different things. So I'm just going to go through, and whatever I pick up, I'm going to tell you. This big change that's happening, this either cataclysmic event, sudden climactic situation that kind of changes your whole perspective on life. It could be humbling, okay? Or it could be humbling in a sense that you thought you knew everything about something and you didn't. It's also, the Wheel of Fortune is a very auspicious kind of card most of the time. So it can have to do with sequence of events, of actual time. It can have to do with fortune and favor, the sudden favor of someone, the sudden fortune from a lotto winning. So there's a lot going on here, and they're both major arcana. They both have high impact in your reading. And other than that, you also have quite a few major arcana present. You have Temperance, which is about healing at its core. It's about alchemy and art. And you have the Hermit, which is about finding the light within oneself through solitude and choosing the solitude in order to find what truly matters and the people that truly matter in your life. It's also the wise sage, somebody who is different than others because he's seen more and he knows about the macro effects of things and the micro effects of things. So he sees things within himself and without himself. And therefore, the things that he sees within himself that may not be understood by the general population, he holds his lantern out in the dark for those who might understand his light and be drawn into his light that he is willing to share with only those who are of that resonance. It's also a card of analyzing one's own self. So there's this trend coming in with these major hitters. And also we have the Justice card, which is another major arcana. So the Justice card is about balance. It can be about judicial things. Okay? With the Wheel of Fortune, I see it as being something that's maybe a karmic situation, something that was destined to happen, and it having maybe to do with creating balance or harmony in your life in some sort of way. It's the opposite, really, kind of energy of the Tower, because it's about law and order and balance and harmony. Libra is represented here with the Justice card. And it also has a Jupiterian kind of vibe to it too, the Justice card. And so doesn't the Wheel of Fortune. And the Temperance card also has a little bit of Jupiter in it because it's ruled by Sagittarius. So there is this kind of legal kind of vibe I'm getting. And in your past, there's somebody who is there, could be a man or a woman in your life that is emotionally mature, that has a kind of caregiver vibe to them. They could be somebody who works in the humanitarian fields, like a social worker or a doctor, or somebody who puts their love into what they do in order to help others and to make others feel their best in some sort of way. So I don't know what happened there. He's also the lover. He's the romantic of the tarot. Can I have clarity on the Tower for Capricorn? Can I have clarity on the Tower for Capricorn, please? Clarity on the Tower. All right. Got the Four of Pentacles for the Tower. Now, this speaks of an actual structure. So this could have been some kind of unfortunate event with a structure. This also could be a bank having to do with what we're dealing with in the news. A bank crashing. There's being some kind of financial crash of some kind. Whatever it is, there's money involved in whatever great change is coming in. It's about savings as well. It's also can be about someone not wanting to let go of their ways, of their rigidity about something. And so that is changing. Someone is being more open to sharing, to letting in the flow, the input and output of material source of some kind. And this is some sort of timely fashion. There is some sort of karmic thing here. It's reminding me of a safe as well. Next to the Four of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. It just it's like cracking the code for a safe. It's like opening up the vault. Something happened suddenly and the vault is open. Okay. What you're thinking about what you could do with all this. There's a kind of a daydreamy kind of quality to your mental state right now. You might be over idealizing something or confused about where to put your emotional energy into, what to invest into. And it can be having to do with love as well, because we do have the King of Cups in the past. And he is that kind of romantic, kind of ideal partner, right? So maybe you dated somebody in the past that was, or you met somebody in the past that was kind of that romantic person that you were hoping to have in your life, or a person that you were seeking to find some assistance or some help from. Can I have clarity on the King of Cups, please, for Capricorn? Clarity on the King of Cups. All right. So somebody wasn't emotionally fulfilled in a situation. So somebody might have walked away in the past. Somebody wasn't resonating with something anymore. Somebody decided that they might find something more to their liking somewhere else. Something that would be more fulfilling to them somewhere else. So that could be more of a romantic thing. I do have the Ace of Cups underneath and the Four of Wands. So I'm thinking this is a love reading. This is a love reading. And it also, the 4 and the 4, this has to do with a home. This could be a divorce in the past, okay? This is what we could be talking about, divorce in the past. Somebody was unfulfilled. Situation didn't go nearly as planned, maybe. But for some reason, currently, with the situation, you're thinking, you have high hopes. I want to say that. You have high hopes for this. Can I have clarity on the 7 of Cups, please, for Capricorn? 7 of Cups. This is communication that you need to be more realistic about something, or you might be thinking that you need to communicate that you're confused about something. This could have to do with a child, confused about a child in some sort of way, confused about some sort of news you're hearing. What you're not aware of is temperance. This is about timing as well. A lot of timing here. Patience is something that you're not aware of. Also, how to transmute or alchemize a situation to be different than what it is. How to change something. You're trying to figure out how to make your cup a certain way, or you're unable to figure out how to make your cup a certain way in a balanced manner in order to create some sort of healing in the situation. It could be the cup that this person has left for, that extra cup. What does this person have that I don't have? It also could be you're not sure. It's like you're not thinking that you've been patient in a situation. You're not thinking you have the ability to change something, or you're changing. You've changed from this situation. There's a lot of change going on here. I did see the death card when I was shuffling as well. It's about transformation, change. But the difference between the death card and the temperance card is that, and it also is in the subconscious here. So Scorpio, the death card, is about the subconscious as well. So you're changing on a very deep level. There's some sort of healing on a very deep level. You're starting to dream again. You're getting news that's making you feel optimistic or idealistic in some sort of way. What your advice is to nurture your material world. This is you. This is what you do. Your advice is to be yourself. Stop trying to be something for somebody else. Stop trying to hold on to something that's not for you, because there's something coming in that is for you. She's a very creative person. Her creativity stems from her natural ability to be resourceful. So she creates things from the natural world a lot of the time. She's very good in the kitchen, in the garden. I mean, this is you. This is your kind of vibe. If maybe you're saying I'm not a gardener and I'm a Capricorn. Okay, that's fine. But there's something about you that's earthy and that is embodying this energy, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be anybody else. You're not supposed to do anything else. You're supposed to nurture your own, be an entrepreneur maybe. Taking the reins here and really being on top of your financial situation. it's like she holds that money. It's not like she's holding on to it too tight. You see how he's holding it? He's squeezing it. He's like, the pentacles there. He's like holding on for dear life. She's got it like nicely. She's almost like nurturing it, right? It's like a baby in her lap. She also has lots of baby projects that she does that end up giving her money. That's why she's considered an entrepreneur and somebody who can take care of things. She cares for things. She grows things in her garden, her life. This is really, really good sign here. We're getting somewhere now. So, how other people are in the situation or how they're seeing you, they're taking time to be in their own energy. They may feel spiritually called to be alone at this time, or you may. Other people might be seeing you as kind of somebody who's taking a time out in order to gain clarity on your own passions, on your own light, and heal yourself. This is somebody who's been through something here and is kind of sharing that light that's grown in the darkness. It's like gone through the dark night of the soul and now willing to show other people what I've learned from it. I've analyzed it. I've really got it down to some sort of science, right? This is also science. So there's a science to something that you're not aware of. This is also an investigation, right? This is also you. They see you as being very analytical at this time and really being to yourself and focusing on figuring something out. You might be doing some research on a scientific project of some kind. This is about the arts and the sciences. So I just feel like there's something there that I'm not quite getting, but maybe I will. Now, in terms of your ninth house, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is not always the most pleasant card. It kind of goes hand in hand with the Hermit here, because they're both energies of being alone, right? There's an alone kind of quality. There's a loner kind of quality. But the Hermit doesn't mind being alone. People might think that you don't mind being alone, but you are afraid of being alone, or you're afraid of not having enough, or feeling like you have no support system of some kind. But you do. People just think that you like being like this. You're coming off like somebody who's busy within themselves. If this is about a love relationship that's changed, your advice is to throw yourself into your work, throw yourself into you, find the value in yourself, and don't worry about being alone. There's somebody there for you. There's somebody is going to be there for you. And at least here, we were holding on to something and we couldn't, the universe just said no. The universe said no, it's gone. Time to re-strategize, like analyze the situation. What did you learn from the situation? And then we have this fear that's coming out, because you're moving out of having something to feeling like you don't have anything at all, because there's change here, right? You're conflicted about what you're going to do. In the near future, we go from giant thing happening to a spark of inspiration that things are going to be different, that things are going to be new. There's a new opportunity coming in here. This could be a new, more physically romantic opportunity. This can have to do with anything that is a new activity or thing that you're passionate about, and it's a blessing. But it's the beginning of a seed that you need to like grow into. If you nurture it, it will grow, right? But you have to decide whether it's worthy. It's worthy of your value, right? But you've changed. And deep down, there's something changing within you. It could be very drastic. There's a letting go here. You might get some news that makes you feel like you've got options in the situation. There's options, but you're not sure what to do about them, or you're not fully clear. You might not know enough yet about the situation. So you're thinking, you might just be getting a little bit maybe frustrated slightly because you're confused about what opportunities that you're faced with. You're like, I don't know which one's going to be good for me. So there is romance out there. If this is a love relationship, there is opportunity for you to date again if you want to. But I see you being more focused, or wanting to be more focused here, because that's what's going to get you. You're doing something important, and it's helping you on a mental level in some way, or a spiritual level in some way. If this was a loss of a job, I see that you have a new job in the future that's maybe not as, you're not as high up in, but I see that will be a blessing for you. But I also, if I go further in the future, I see you kind of taking some sort of class or something, some sort of certification. You're not a master at something, but you're going to be learning about something that you want to make into something you can make finances at, something that you can make money with, or at least have material resources that will be coming in from this skill of some kind. It's creating balance in your life in some way. If you're going back to school to be a lawyer, or you're going to court, I see this being ruled in your favor. clarity on the Page of Pentacles. What is the Page of Pentacles about? A calling. You feel drawn to something. This is news about finances and a call to action. Judgment is a wake-up call on the deepest level. So isn't the Tower. So if this is about a court case where someone didn't want to give up any money after a divorce, maybe it's about child support, because I do have the Page here. And I have the Page of Pentacles here. It's a new fresh slate that's coming in the future. A new beginning, starting from scratch. And there's some excitement for that, even though maybe it was really challenging and not great. If there's been any damage to your home, I see you rebuilding in some sort of way, whether that's at a new place or starting over and building from the foundation up in that area or whatever. But there is some sort of deep inner knowing that you have to go and try to learn some new skill, or to there's some news that is alarming in some sort of way. And it could be pushing you to go to school. It could be pushing you to take somebody to take it to the judicial system in some sort of way. This is also getting a call that you've paid too much money for something and you're getting money back. This is a call that you have some sort of, maybe an old account that you once held that you forgot about. But with the Judgment and the Justice card there, this is about legal matters. And with Jupiter's influence here and here, it's about legal matters to me. This is about child support. This is about somebody deserving some money. There's like, you're getting that paperwork in the mail. I don't have the Ace of Swords, but this also has to do with contracts. So this is legal matters involving a judge, court, contracts, partnerships of some kind, getting a call about finances, and having that contract come in that leads you to financial stability once again, if this is what was lost here. But this is also a card of being alone. So if you're going through a divorce and your partner from the past left you, the lawyer that picked the case up, or somebody is going to get you, you're going to get what you deserve. And it's going to lead you to being financially independent from this person. This is also figuring out that somebody that you just started dating has a family. Like they have a kid from a previous marriage. There's something about the balance between some financial news and and luxury. There's something that leads you from being a page to being, it's a step backwards in some regard, but it's a step forward in others, because the Nine of Pentacles is somebody who basks in her own luxury. Like, she has worked hard, and her fruits of her labors have are almost ready to harvest. She's got multiple different things going, and she's able to kind of relax now. She's got some kind of security. She doesn't need anybody else to help her. The page needs assistance. He needs guidance, right? And somebody could be called to action to help you in a situation. I don't have the Six of Pentacles, so I don't know if it's but I do have this, the Five of Pentacles, and then that being the Sixth Pentacle, if you look there. The page learns about material matters. He is the apprentice, the novice. And so you might be called out for some positive development, or you might be called to go to school to work in a humanitarian kind of or science kind of related field. This is also about health, I believe, too. We have the orchids there. There's healing here. This is the healing fields. Maybe you don't know that you'd be really good at healing if you really want to go to school for something, or you're finally finding your purpose. You were holding on to something before that wasn't allowing any flow. You weren't getting the information that you needed in order to make a clear decision about something. And now in the future, there's some sort of spark. There's an igniting of your passions for something. And it might be because you go through something that has kind of like shaken you up a little bit, or you have gone through something that shook you up a little bit, or somebody was there kind of mentoring or helping you through the situation, and you decide that speaks to you, that's calling to you, right? Why are Capricorns afraid of being... It seems like there's a contrast between what will be and what you're fearing. You're fearing that you're not going to have enough. Whatever it is, this new spark, this new beginning, it starts with kind of like a battle, right? The Five of Swords is about besting somebody. It's about kind of the almost an unfair battle, like taking somebody's only weapon from them so they aren't able to fight for themselves. It's also triumph over a situation. It's just kind of one where it's a losing battle on both sides to some degree. So you might be happy that in the future things go your way, and you get, the credit you deserve. You get acknowledged for what you've been through. There's some sort of spiritual awakening going on here from the situation. You are learning from the situation, and if this is a court case, I see it ending with you being able to take care of yourself. There's some sort of thing where there was somebody in the picture and they didn't want to be in the picture anymore. This could be a relationship, this could be a job, this could be anything to do with finances, a financial resource of some kind. This also could be that your job just didn't spiritually suit you anymore. You didn't resonate with it, and now you found, in the near future, you find something that does. You're like woken up out of this kind of mentality of, I've got to hold on to what I have because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose it all. So if it's a person, you let them go. If it's finances, you start over with a new slate. You get a new beginning. You might get some news that this news right here might confuse you as to what to do or where to place your energy next. But then you finally figure it out. If this is a health issue, you might be kind of confused as to what to think about it, or maybe it's kind of elusive, like you don't know what it is yet. But deep down, you know how to heal yourself in some way. You will find the doctor that will help you in some way. Maybe it's a doctor that you no longer see anymore and you've been looking for. They left the practice, they left the situation, and you really hit it off with them, and they were really good to you and good for you, and now it's the hunt for the new specialist or something. I see that you find the balance. You find somebody who can call the shots and take care of the situation for you, and it leads you to being able to prosper for yourself. This is about nurturing yourself and others, being a mother as well. And there's 2 kids on the deck. There's Page of Pentacles. This could be about college for your kid as well. Trying to get money from your ex to help pay for college. Let's go through the houses. I don't know what other sign got the Tower in the first house. You'll have to check. It goes in and out. I never retain really. So be careful of tripping, falling, breaking anything that's sharp or hot, or because your body is going to be at the focus of this house. So be careful on ladders if you're starting to get outside more and do some yard work or whatever. Just be careful around that stuff. It has to do with the house, so you could, be careful of falling off a ladder at home when you're painting your house. Just keep an eye out for that. Not to worry anybody, but that's the house that I'm in. So this can also be, if you have had any epileptic issues of some kind, some sort of electricity in the body is what it's talking to me about. And not being able to move. So it's like kind of like seizing or some sort of temporary paralysis or something. It's saying that you just want to be on the lookout for that. I don't know. It happens sporadically, or it happens when it's going to happen. It's like a freak thing. So just make sure that you're on top of your medical stuff and see a provider and get checked out. In your second house of what you value, your resources. There is something good coming in. There's a change in resources. Now, you might find that you're able to save more money now after a period that's been kind of taxing. You're able to see more money in the bank now. You can see it in your hands. Like there's an amount that's staying in your bank, at least for the time being, right? So, or you might suddenly win some money. I don't see in the ninth house, I see you being afraid of losing the money. So if you don't want to put it in a bank because of what's going on with the banks right now, I would really be careful where you hide it. In your home. I'm going to move on from that. So, things are an upswing with something in your resources. You might have a new line of something, a new way of saving money on groceries, a new way of benefiting of some sort of unemployment or some sort of employment thing, or some sort of funds coming in. There are changes happening there, though. So you might find that one thing goes out and you get another thing coming in. In the third house, taking kids shopping. Tantrums while taking kids shopping. I see like communication about somebody who this is a younger person who might be irrational in some sort of way. So you might be dealing with somebody in your neighborhood who has some sort of mental confusion, or there's some sort of talking about the illusions of things. This is a magic show. Some sort of entertainment as well. So it could be like seeing an ad for something, communicating about options. This could be communicating with a child about being what's real and tangible and true, and what is imagination and fantasy. Trying to decipher the difference between the two. This is imaginary friends. This is pretending. This is all right. I'm gonna step out of that. That's a third house. Fourth house. Painting the house. Some painting. Some artwork. Some arts and crafts at home. With these two here. Also doing some sort of healing activity at home, getting into natural, like healthy cooking and cooking at home, eating healthy food, organic foods you might have a new supplier, or your supplier, your grocer might change, or something like that. So you're taking what you have and you're making it into something else. So if there are a lack of resources in some regard in terms of food, certain things, we run out of certain things at the grocery store sometimes. You've been around the past few years, I see you being kind of creative and resourceful in your cooking. This is also any kind of creative project in the home. It could be interior decorating or design. I don't have the Empress, but that can fall into this as well. It's creating balance. So anything that's like feng shui, home health remedies, yeah. Okay, so fifth house. If you did have a partner that you recently walked away from, or you had a doctor, um, skip the doctor aspect actually. Now that I'm reading it in the house, it seems like somebody isn't being satisfied by a situation in terms of romance, or thinks they can be more fulfilled somewhere else in terms of where they go to have fun. Maybe you're giving up drinking, or someone in your life that you care about is giving up drinking, or that cares about you. Something that we've been going over and over again is not working for us anymore. So we're mastering how we feel about something. We're understanding our feelings about something and willing to manifest the emotional desires that we have, or to share or communicate exactly how we want things to make us feel. Saturn and Pisces. We're just coming into Saturn and Pisces now. So it literally went in, I think, on the 23rd or the 24th. So during this time, you may find that sports medicine doctor that you're looking for, or that romantic partner that you're seeking, that's got it together emotionally, that's a good person. There is this healing element, you might not know this person is a doctor, or that they are some sort of healer, a counselor even. This is about getting realistic about things too. Understanding your emotions, right? And this is about not thinking very rationally about what's real and what's not. So if anybody's had any kind of issues with mental health or anything, or their kid has had some trouble with mental health, this would be the guy to go to. You're going to know it's him too. Getting a second opinion on something, leaving what you've been doing that hasn't been working and going towards somebody that can help. Tired of being disappointed about something having to do with your creativity, your fun. You might be actually stopping doing one type of art form or creative project and doing another one. Finding a new way. Finding a new therapist. But let's see. I'm going to move on from that. Lotto winnings is also here, but I don't have anything to kind of go off on that, so. Somebody's going to help put out a fire in your life, or whatever spark that wasn't there romantically. Maybe somebody did put out a fire in you, and you're being rekindled. There's emotional maturity here from this person, so they're kind of got a good ground to stand on. They might be more of a romantic and kind of emotional type and not really a fiery type, but I have here like the steamy energy, like it's water meets fire. It's like steam, right? So if it is somebody romantic, I see you guys like really being close to one another, not really wanting to get away from each other initially. Maybe it'll be like that. Um, Fifth and sixth. So sixth house, new job, new routine, new beginning in your new pet. There's something new going on in your day to day life and your work. In your house of open enemies and partnerships, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles in the seventh. Somebody who's a business partner that's really maybe a little bit older than you, might be very nurturing or caring. This is also going into business with your mom in something, a family business. I don't have another card for it, but that's just a way it can go with this placement. It's also tending to what matters in your relationships, caring for others, helping others out, sharing your resources with others. Being a mother is your job, you know, and you're partnering, maybe you're teaming up with another mother in some sort of way. This is also having a creative partner, somebody you do some crafts with, or some kind of something that takes time and care into putting into nurturing somebody else. A business partner who's a mom, or you think of as a mother figure as well. The eighth house. This is like sorcery, man. The Hermit in the eighth house. Sorcery. It's inner alchemy, right? This is like the inner quiet. This is external. They got one in the water, one outside the water. They're doing this outside, and then they're doing this privately or going inward. Something is happening in your subconscious mind, some kind of awakening of some kind, and it's leading you to maybe search or research more analytical, more occult topics, more mysteries and conspiracies, metaphysical sciences even is here. There's some sort of interest, something is sparking your interest, and you're getting involved in these sort of things. See a lot of cooking as well. You might go into business with somebody that you start cooking and you didn't realize you were really good at it, and then you realize you do when you get going. Somebody else sees that you're good at it, or somebody else teaches you how to do it. There's this going against the status quo as well. This can be like going off to the woods, being off the grid. So if anybody's been thinking about getting out of the rat race in terms of having to share with other people in a way that's maybe you feel is crazy or unfair, or you don't see the sense in it, you're getting really analytical about all this stuff like conspiracies and Ninth house. Unable to see the abundance that lies close to you. And this is also a church as well. So you could get assistance from your church financially if you feel like you have no support. This could also be like a fear of losing faith. So you could seek some kind of spiritual or counselor support for that. There is this kind of Jupiterian spiritual energy that this is kind of falling on top of. So this is also getting lucky and receiving the help that you need to get out of a tough time or get out of that conflict mindset. Because here, this is what you're thinking about. You're fearing, right? You're hoping for, you're fearing. You're hoping for the help. You're fearing not having the support, right? And what you're thinking is there's some news coming in that leaves you confused. So maybe you need to get somebody to help you with some sort of, to clarify something. So maybe talk it out with somebody, really and the King of Cups is somebody who's really good at that. So maybe you need to find somebody new that's like a new support system that's going to be good at listening and hearing you out, that's going to be able to tend to your needs, to care for you in a certain way. They could be a friend, they could be a lover. This is also like rags to riches here too. So something good could happen. The tower doesn't have to be bad. Something good, really good could happen. You could get a home. You could get some kind of money given to you from somebody. Something good could happen. You might have to release some funds to somebody as well. That could play out that way. But I see the ending is good, right? There's an abundance spiritually here. There's feeling like you have everything you need and it comes from within. It's like, so that fear mindset, that lack mentality you're easing up on that. There is a progression though from what is currently happening. It's suddenly happening to the Five of Pentacles. It's like, because you couldn't let go of something happened, right? You were holding on to something, or somebody else was, and it's being released to you, or you're releasing this baggage of some kind. And it might feel like you're a little bit alone and maybe don't have the support that you once had, but it's there. It is there. You can find it. Somebody could play the flute or a trumpet or something that's random, it's coming through. You might start doing an instrument. You might be learning an instrument. Libra is also about, and Venus here as well. I believe Venus is involved in this card, I want to say, or Taurus, but Venus rules both, so I think there's like both aspects here. That's why I'm getting it. Both aspects of Venus are being depicted here, which is luxury, abundance. It's like, this is like the big Jupiter kind of energy, the big benefic, and this is the little benefic, right? But there's just so much positivity within this that I can't see this being like a totally devastating, it's all over, even with it's like if the tower comes in and it crushes and squashes everything, whatever you go into next, wherever you're being pushed in life, it like is abundant. It's like more fruitful. You're gonna feel so much more harmony and balance in your life, and you're gonna feel like you're kind of in a blissful state, like you have this beauty all around you. and this money is going to come in. You're going to move forward. It's like you jump from the page, like the Six of Pentacles. You get the help that you need. There's somebody here that makes a judgment call, or you realize somebody, you realize something, and you're like, oh, I realize I do have the help. Oh, I can ask for it. It's just not super clear at first. You're struggling to understand how to go about it. And then this is being the novice at work, getting a call for a new job and starting a new type of apprenticeship of some sort. This is getting a call to start something, doing something, maybe a hobby of some sort. It could be a metaphysical hobby, a metaphysical art of some sort, and start doing that for work, because there's a call to action here. There's like some sort of, all right, here it is. That's your chance. The call, the chance that comes in. Sudden chance. Fated chance. And it's a learning process initially, but then you get to the point where you get more situated, you get more comfortable, right? And then the page, he learns fast. He starts at the bottom and he works his way up to the top. He's also financial news, so you could be getting a call at work that you're going to get a bonus, a small bonus, but it might be, good for you financially to help you out. Or you're getting a raise, or there's some sort of, we made a mistake, here you go. There's some sort of finances coming into play, having to do with what you're going to be doing at work. You might be new at it, but you are able to create some balance in your life after a storm of some kind. '11th house. A Libra could be a very important person in your life at this time. A Libra could be somebody who's a friend or associate at this new job that might be teaching you the ropes or kind of telling you how it goes. They are a very kind of calm, cool, collected, like balanced approach to everything. They're fair. So whatever judgment is being made here, whatever call is being called here is fair. And it is kind of a wake-up call to you to start something new in your life that will be financially abundant for you. So this is good. This is a good thing. This is also, you might know the judge. You might be affiliated with some sort of legal personnel that could help you. There's a connection here. So you might not realize this at first, but then you get a call from somebody and they connect you to somebody and you're like, oh, I know this person, or oh, I feel this person is a good person for me to handle my situation or my case or my be my caseworker or whatever it is. There's a fair call here. There's balance here. So then the 12th house. This is the things we cannot change, right? This is the house of undoings. This is hidden enemies. It's also spirituality. It's the house of Pisces. It rules the duality of the material and the metaphysical, the spiritual world. It's sex, drugs, and rock and roll in some regards. It's escapism as well. So there might be a place that you need to go to escape to this month to get clear your mind. Whether it's like an outdoor kind of garden that opens up because things are warming up, hopefully, or if you're in a different hemisphere, going outside, getting in touch with nature will help balance and cleanse you spiritually. You will feel much better and able to kind of get a hold of your self-worth as well. Your self-worth might have taken a hit over here. And it's saying you're needing to get back to that. That's you're needing to value yourself and nurture yourself and others. And I think that getting back to nature is going to help you so much, Capricorn. I mean, this is your sign, right? There's so much of you in this reading. We have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles, you might feel kind of lonely. I'm not gonna lie, like there's a lot of lonely kind of cards on the table. I mean, she's alone, right? But she's usually nurturing or taking care. She finds somebody to take care of. She finds good ways of taking care of herself. And then you have the Hermit, which is alone, right? He's a guy who doesn't really care about being alone, really. It's part of his spiritual path. And then this is the Five, which is another lonely card. I mean, they're both together, but they really can't even take care of each other because they're so destitute, right? So if she turned around, she might realize that he needs more help and be able to help him more, or he needs a blanket, right? So you make a friend. I think through this, whatever this is, you end up meeting new people and you make new friends that are balanced and harmonious and fair and good for you. There's an equal give and take with friends, the new friends that are coming in. And they might actually have some information for you that leads you to a better job, that you're able to be at more peace and harmony in your life. You have more finances flowing in. And if this new friend happens to be a lover, then that also could be it. I want to check. Let me do one more clarifier, Capricorn, and then I'm going to stop. Okay, I just saw the Ace of Pentacles, so I'm taking it as this is a new job. If this was a job in the past, you worked in some kind of healthcare or taking care of other people, maybe this new job is more taking care of, there's a nurturing aspect to it, but it's also, your advice is to take care of your financial needs at this time and take care of yourself. So maybe you're taking a break from a relationship or some sort of connection, partnership, and you're going off and doing something new, and it's going to be good for you. It's going to help balance you out. It might be a little lonely at first, but it's going to help balance you out. It's going to be good. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Have a great April, and I will see you in May. Bye.